Hello there, everyone. Once again, this is John Munafuda back at it once more with another speed art thing. But would this really be considered a speed art because it's 3ds Max and we're inside a different program? Technically, it's not art. It's kind of like a build. I don't know. I'll just call it like some kind of speedy build thing. It's a speed build. There we go. Slap a title on that. Put a plaza or something like that. Stock sounds. Stock sounds, right? Right. Anyways, so what we got here today is I am doing homework right in front of you as we speak. Well, not entirely as we speak, but kind of like in a fast motion of doing the homeworks. So, obviously, as I said, this is my homework for my 3ds Max class, and this is 3ds Max I'm using to go and build this stuff. If you guys didn't already like recognize the program, I mean, look, I was gonna say something and I entirely my brain just tripped. But hey, so what we're making right now today is that we're making an M1 Thompson. Now, this is actually for a project for my 3ds Max class. This isn't like the final project. No. This is actually just a simple homework project, like a big homework project, really big homework project. Yeah, this is for just a homework project for my 3ds Max class that involved a lot of extruding and chamfering and poly edits and stuff like that. Now, fun fact on this is that this was not my first gun to go and make inside this. So, inside this project, you had the freedom of choosing whatever gun you got to go and make. But, me, originally, I was going to go and make a Browning machine gun, like a World War II machine gun. Because, I have the convenience of having a Browning machine gun in my house right now. I mean, like, I have one right behind me. I'm pointing at it. My foot is, like, rubbing on the barrel right now. Yes. But, the reason why I have it, I'll probably never find a good reason to say on why I have it, other than the fact that I just have it sitting in my room, and I just look at it on occasion and say, like, oh, yeah, that's definitely a machine gun. Yeah. But, yeah, by the way, I'm going to be saying a lot of buts today because you know what's on a gun? You know what's on the back of a gun? It ain't no shoulder holder. It's a butt. So, right now I'm making the barrel. I'm just like, I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go, trying to go and fix some of the faces in there. So here's a fun fact about faces inside 3ds Max, or just 3D modeling in general, is the fact that when making a 3D model, you have to know the fact that every face, whether it be a square, a circle, or a triple hexadedron derp, or whatever you want, whatever the fuck you want to say it, it's always going to be made out of triangles. So being aware of that, yeah, that's always a thing. So that's why sometimes, like, when you're trying to move something, like in a selection, it won't move like when you move something in Photoshop. It'll move in a sporadic way. It'll always move in like in a triple, like 3 directions. There's no such thing as a cardinal direction inside 3ds Max. The only way on how you can move things in cardinal directions is on the grid, which is just, as the teacher says, a hypothetical plane. So that's kind of weird if you think about it. Now, what I'm making right now, I think I'm making the grip. Yeah, I'm still making the grip. But, the front grip, of course. Now, fun information about the M1 Thompson is that I used to have a Thompson. My family used to own a Thompson, but it wasn't like a real Thompson, like, where you'd go like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a gangster, I'm going to go out into the streets, and I'm going to go and be the shooty-shoot, rat-a-tat-tat-tat, go around Chicago and stuff like that. But no, it was more like a prop from a movie. But it had like the real parts of the gun, but yet it wasn't a real gun, you know? But, getting on to the real subject about, why I chose this gun, obviously it's just because it's pretty easy to make. I mean, literally looking at it, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts to it. Judging this, including like a lot of like the small cutouts I had to go make. Oh, Now by the looks of it inside this, I'm getting to the part of where I made the receiver. Now the receiver is the main firing mechanism inside the gun that obviously shoots bullet. It shoots bullet and make it come out the barrel and then puts it inside human being. Because that's how bullet work, yeah? Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I did. So, now about the receiver is the fact that, it was kind of a bitch to make. You see, taking a good look at this, now, it's, like, so, right now I'm just making, like, the magazine cutout, because there's, like, this little gaping hole inside there for where the magazine goes. But the receiver I wound up, like, remaking, like, 8 times, 8 to 5 times, just like how I remade the entire gun 8 to 5 times. But, the reason why is because of, obviously, the triangular faces, and now here's another part about that. You see right now what I'm doing is I'm going to make a boolean cut. A boolean cut is like where you go and use the pen and anchor tool in Photoshop or GIMP, and you just go and select something, and then you just Control X that shit. That's pretty much what it's similar to, except the After Effects of it, not Adobe After Effects. The After Effects of it really screws around with the polys. But also, by the looks of it on the screen, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go and make an extrudable spline. Now, about that, a spline is obviously literally the pen and anchor tool from Photoshop or Photoshop. I'm just going to say Photoshop because all you people know what Photoshop is. Nobody knows what GIMP is. I'm a special snowflake when it comes to that shit. I'm also like, people associate GIMP with poor people, but I'm not poor, I swear. Just slightly. So now what we have here is I made the butt, I made the fin grip, and now the butt, I know, I said butt, but that's what it's called, so I have to go with it. Now, about this part of the gun is the fact that I had to remake that twice just because, like, for some reason, it did not want to chamfer. Now, what chamfering is, that's, like, what I'm doing right now, where it gets all curvy, and it gets all, like, it gives it, like, that, what do I like to say, like a natural surface, there you go. It's a natural surface, but without making a natural surface, because apparently the traditional way is you take a plane and then you just keep on extruding it until you get the shape that you want. And that sounds, it sounds easy, but it's a real bitch. It's a real pain in the ass to go and do that. Because right now I'm trying to make my own head inside 3ds Max. And yeah, it's not fun, especially when you don't know on how to do like a lot of things. Because obviously, I'm not the master at 3ds Max. I am not. I'm just a student. I'm just trying to go and learn it just like everyone else is trying to go and learn in my class. So, as professional as it looks, like, oh, wow, this guy's making a quick build on 3ds Max. Wow, he must be a real pro. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He must be so skilled. No, I'm total jabroni when it comes to this stuff. This schmuck. All this schmuck is total jabroni. But, it's... I mean, I'm getting there. I mean, except for this part. I mean, I thought that there was an indentation going on right here, but in reality, it's like a double stack indentation because obviously the bitmap that I got for this was horrible. And then I should have looked at like a higher res bitmap. You see, I'm already starting to remake the receiver, but I think I'm remaking the receiver. I think I am. Yeah, I am. But it's just oh yeah, see, this is a new receiver that I have. This is I think this is the completed one. Yeah, I think this is the completed receiver. I just like skipped over it because that was like a bonus of like another 2 hours of work. And speaking of hours of work, like the total amount of hours it took for me to go and make this was approximately about 8 hours and 10 minutes. But that's just recording. Now, to go and look at the big picture, if I were to go and add in like the extra amounts of work that I had to go and do in the background, probably about, what am I going to say? Let me think. I'm going to say about 10 hours plus. And then also with the other parts, because this is just the first part of the project. This is a 3-part project, surprisingly enough. So, the first part is obviously building the gun. Second part is removing polys. Polys being faces and stuff like that. And I have to remove all these polys to get down to about 3,000. And the finished product that I have, which will soon be in front of you. Woo, magic of video editing. But the the initial final project that you see in front of you will have about 6,500 polys. So if you get a good grasp on that, I have to remove about 3,000 polys from this. Yeah, I figured out how to do it, so don't worry, I had no issue with that. But I didn't record that, but it did add a crap ton of time to the counter. But the final part was like turning it into like N64 like GoldenEye graphics, where you have to go and make it 100 polys or less. I know like you guys don't understand what polys are. Like most of you people on this channel don't understand what polys are. I mean, I didn't really either at the time, but now I do. Now I do, because I'm experienced. Slightly. I'm still a jabroni, but when it comes to this, at least. Yeah, but if I were to add on the time that it took to go and make this, all the back work, the poly, like the removing poly stages, yeah, I'd probably get about 14 to about 16 hours of work on this one project. So even though my general recording time was like 8 hours, just the poly removing, oh god, the poly removing took so long to do. But yeah, I think I'm running out of things to say. Other than the fact of that in the previous video I was really frickin' hyper. I'm not sure if it came out yet, because my editing is very separated from my normal YouTube vids. And dear God, for that sniping video, I have no clue what was wrong. I said I drank Kool-Aid, but in reality I didn't. Alright, I didn't drink any Kool-Aid at all. It was just me and my oxygen. My oxygen just being the air that is around my computer that I inhale. And for some reason, I was just like ADHD up the wall hyper. I have no clue what went wrong. I have no clue. So, about the channel, I think, obviously, 3ds Max is not going to be included into this. Just because of the fact that it takes way too long to go make this shit. I mean, looking at this, I mean, poly removing and stuff like that, that's one thing. Making the entire product in general is another thing. And it just takes forever to go make this shit sometimes. But hey, it looks good, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling on. I'm probably going to cut off to the part of where we're actually done with the product. And I'll go and show you, and we could all take a fun little giddy old look at it. So, cutting over to that. Transitional kazoo. Alright, and hello once again everyone, and we are back inside 3ds Max right now as we are speaking. So, right now, we're looking at the finished product of the Tommy gun. So, this is what we got. Yep. Take a look at this. Bask in it. Bask in it. Alright. So, yeah, so this is the finished product. Now, since obviously I'm too lazy to go into the other programs, because I really gotta go and finish this video, because I gotta go to class in like an hour or so. Got a big project to go and do. Ooh, hype, right? Hype, project hype. Yeah, so this is what it looks like in the end. Yep, you get the zoom ups and stuff like that. It looks very smooth. Now, obviously, even though it's colored, these are not textures. These are just like base representatives of saying that this is just an untexturized plane. I just decided to color them for the hell of it. But this is what it looks like. Looks really nice. I kept, like, the receiver is the barrel. trigger guard and everything all combined together. But obviously the grip, the butt, and the front grip are all like separate entities. Even though I could easily just like go and attach them to make them all one, which is how they're supposed to be on an actual in-game model. But these things, such as the trigger, the receiver, I keep on saying fucking receiver. Wait, what's this? Magazine. Jesus Christ, I cannot think today. The magazine and the firing hammer, these are all separate entities. So, because they're supposed to be animated. Obviously, I don't know how to animate things just yet, but in the sense to go and imagine that these things can move, they can. So, rotate for fire, like that kind of stuff. But yes, in general, this is the finished product. Ending notes. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I know it's a very different from like what I normally do with all the TF2 gameplay and stuff. But hey, I'm a variety channel, you know. I'm not just like one guy that wants to go and stick to gameplays forever. Man, it's getting dark inside my room. Let's turn on the light. Yeah, but I'm not going to stick to gameplays forever, obviously. I mean, I say I have an animation coming up, which I keep on saying. I mean, it's a work in progress, obviously. Animations don't just pop out. It's like, you can't just think up of something and then it turns into something else, which I wish that could be a thing. Hey, future people who work on future technologies, make that happen, alright? Make it happen. Boom. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be it for today. So that is me, once again, Joe Munafuda, back at it once again with another speed build of some sorts. Yes, speed build, speed art, whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyways, it was a thing. I'll see you guys later in the next video. Till then, bye-bye. Till then later, everyone. Bye-bye. Woo!